Welcome
Welcome
to
to
Shade. Well,
the city.
we're snowy in the city today. Okay. And we're not even in the city. We're kind of in the
We're
woods
shade in the
somewhere.
snow.
Yeah, we're shade in the snow. Because I don't know who woods we in, but
We
you
in the
know
bush.
how, look, you know how we feel about being out in the woods. I got to find a new background. So anyway, y'all, welcome. We are
And it's
here.
nighttime, girl.
And it's
Bye.
nighttime. Yeah.
We ain't doing that.
Yeah. Black people, woods, nighttime.
Mm-mm.
Never doesn't ever seem to go well on the movies. But anyway, y'all, we appreciate y'all being here. We are here to do for the first time ever, Family or Fiance. Heard a lot of great things about the show before. However, for this season 4, episode 1, maybe y'all let me know
It's
in
a
the
lot.
comments. Is this what y'all used to? Is
I
this
don't.
what y'all used
I don't
to?
think so. I think this is different. Cause
So okay.
I've seen clips of it before, and I ain't never seen nothing like this. I said why when we start on it, it's this mess.
Right. I don't understand. But anyway, y'all. So yeah, get ready. Buckle your seatbelt. If you haven't already, please make sure you hit your like button.
And your subscribe button.
And y'all, let's get right into the foolishness. And yeah, it's gonna be some shade. Let's get shady. Y'all. So we're gonna kick this thing off. Let's meet Jamica and James. Okay.
Kissing
Now,
is the name of this episode.
kissing cousins. That's exactly what it is. All right. So y'all just bear with me, okay?
Did they say
Now,
what it was from?
no, they did not,
I
but
was wondering.
I
I was
was wondering too. So they met in 1999 at a family funeral. She was 18. Okay, let's just start there. And he was 30, I think he said.
mhm.
Um, they reconnected on social media in 2018. Then they moved in.
I think in 2008.
Was it 2008? I thought it was 2018 because then they got engaged in 2020. And they said it went really fast. That's what makes me think that it was
Um,
2018.
maybe.
And because she got 6 kids with a whole, we'll get there, y'all. So anyway, so they connected on social media in 2018, or it could be 2008. Maybe they was doing this, the long distance, the pen pal, love after during lockup, 90-day fiance. Maybe they was doing that, okay? And because they was still married, so they was probably in the DMs. Okay. It goes down in there. Okay.
Go
And
down.
so she then reveals that James is her mother's second cousin. Okay. And the mother was very upset. I don't even want to use the word upset. I think the mother was disgusted to learn that they were in a relationship. They got engaged in 2020. But none of their family knows this and have no idea what they're coming on this show for. Okay. And so then we get to meet the beautiful relationship coach, Tracy McMillan. Okay. And you know what, Tracy? I think you're the right one. Huh?
It wasn't Terry.
Oh, no, it was Tracy.
Maybe I was just thinking of damn author.
I was gonna say, yeah, I think you because I think I wanted in my head to say Terry but I said no, her name is Tracy.
And you
Dang.
know what? When you said Tracy, I still heard Terry, but then I was like, maybe I'm just thinking of the author, and maybe her name was really Tracy.
Right. Now, I definitely think you were the right one for the job, especially for this couple
Especially
um
for him.
because our good girl, Dr. Stacy, and what's the other one from Dr. Nicole would have ate you up. They would have ate y'all up. So yeah, I'm glad they they got somebody that, you know, handle y'all with care. Okay. So Tracy notices that the two, you know, clearly like to go get manis and petties together. Jamica explains that, you know, well,
So I noticed, but was his just a mani or did he get acrylic?
no, I think that it was just a mani. He just had like
Long nail?
probably silver polish. He had, now his nails were silver, and then you know how they put like the gel over it now, so it's nice and shiny, and you know. So I think it was probably that, you know, like that top coat.
Oh, so you think he got like a gel overlay?
No, well I get no.
Like it went under the light.
Oh yeah, it probably went under the light. It probably went under the light. Anyway, so yeah, y'all. I'm sorry. Nails throwing me off. So anyway, so they met because their mutual cousin, as we know, passed away, and they met at the funeral. His grandmother is her great grandmother's sister.
Yeah, his paternal grandmother is her maternal great grandmother's sister.
But they said
And
that they
when Tracy said, yeah, when you say it like that, it does make you sound a lot closer. I was like, yeah, I do.
right. And so, but they say they don't share any DNA markers. They said they did they 1, 2, 3 and me, and it ain't.
But I wonder, was that before or after y'all got into bed together? Like
I just, it's that part for me.
I just want to know, like, did it really matter? Or was it because you got to tell people that y'all are cousins? Like, was it like, you know what, we done slept together and, you know, we got to tell people that we cousins. Let's just make sure we ain't blood. Or did y'all care before?
Well, the whole thing is they're living to, like, even it, first of all, obviously, if you have any type of celebration situation, I imagine that you would probably invite your family. You're going to have the same family members there. There's going to be questions how everyone knows each other. Because, you know, a wedding is supposed to be a place for both families to meet and like a,
Come together.
right, and come together. Well, when we already family, I don't know how we do that. But okay. Technically, this is just a family reunion. I mean, that's just what it is. So anyway, and then they dropped the bomb that they both what?
Is it weird? Because she said she didn't know him when they met at the funeral, but she said that him and her mom were super close. How they
I don't
so
know. I don't
such
remember
close
her saying
cousins?
she didn't know him because I remember when she said when she saw
That's
him
when they
at,
met.
right. Okay. Well, I mean, they might have been close like Facebook and oh, I like your photo. Or and you gotta forget, I mean, or you gotta remember his he's closer to her mother's age. So maybe they grew up close. And then as you know, become adults and stuff like that, and people move
I
away and whatever. But and that maybe and clearly we know he was moving around and trucking around different places. So I don't doubt that they probably could have been close, probably as in childhood and whatever, because they're probably around the same age. Um, which makes this even weirder, right? But yeah, I don't doubt that. I just think that probably as he continued to move and hop around, and he probably just flew back in town for the funeral. And that's when she saw him and she was so captivated. But he said he won't go move on it because, well, one, he was married, and two, she was 18 and he was again 30. But anyway, and then we learned that they are both still currently married. Okay. They are not divorced. She hasn't even filed. He's at least filed the paperwork. Um, and we're gonna learn that he clearly has a lot of experience in doing the paperwork or at least filing. Okay. So then yeah, Jamaica says that, you know, the reason she hasn't filed is because she's taking baby steps because she got these 6 kids. I forgot how many. He has 2 biological daughters, and then I think he said he had a
three,
relationship with
three that he helped raise.
3 that he helped raise. And I wonder if they were all in the same house or are those 3 between the different marriages.
That's a good question.
Because as we get into it, his daughter's gonna point out all of them had kids, and he seems to take to their kids more than he take to his own. But we gonna get there, y'all. I ain't gonna
That's crazy.
nasty work. So anyway, y'all, and so yeah, basically Tracy lets them know that nobody's gonna take this well, and get ready for your little love bubble to be busted. Okay. um so we have Jamica's best friend, was it Kristen? I think it was Kristen. Her mother, I believe it was Alana.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And
And
her daughter Lyric, which I
mm-hmm.
always love that name. And then we have James's boys. James is bringing his daughter Kiana, his best friend. I think I can
Yumic,
Yumic.
and that's how I'm pronouncing. I don't know. Yumic and
Oh, okay.
Cedric.
Okay, I couldn't remember the last guy's name. You said it was Cedric.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So basically Tracy lets
Well, at
them know
least that's
here.
what my notes say.
Well,
I've
you
been
better
wrong.
than me because I kept saying the friend, the cousin, and because
Look,
I know you met was the friend, so I said the cousin, the cousin.
listen,
Um,
I've been wrong. I didn't call the girl Terry McMillan. I didn't this. I'm assuming it's Cedric.
you are funny. So anyway, basically, y'all, then Tracy lets them know the game plan for the next 3 days, but the first task is that they need to do what she calls cake and questions. So she's going to send Jamica out with James's family and have them write down questions as they sit
I'd
over
have been like, "Why I don't get no food?"
and eat wedding cake, right? And then we're going to have, I guess it's unpacking your bags, which James is going to do with her family, and they're going to write down questions for him to
Like, can I
answer.
get
And
this
I'm with
with grits
Nels.
or
I
something?
would
What?
feel away if you out here, giving them whole wedding cake. I would want a chicken and waffle or something, an appetizer,
Drinks,
a
nothing.
potato
Why?
skin,
Why
a
she get?
mozzarella
I
stick,
don't get
something.
nothing.
But so yeah, y'all. So hopefully as the family comes in, they'll be able to resolve their issues.
She said, "Hopefully, like she don't know what happened."
I gotta do the lead up if they ain't watch it yet. You know what I'm saying? Or for those that didn't watch it,
Why you
but you
got to the
got.
lead up? And I'm about to give it to him.
Oh, I'm just saying. For those that didn't watch,
She acting like it's about to be an intermission.
just saying.
So his family gets there. His daughter feels like it's too soon for him to be jumping in a whole nother relationship because he don't know what he wants. Clearly, if he keeps on doing this, his friends feels like he's too
He's a
involved.
habitual line stepper.
And I felt like her daughter said that too. Lyric basically said that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Kiana said if they get married, I don't know whether to call her mom,
Or
cousin,
cousin.
or stepmom. Jamica's family got there and they're nervous as hell. She let them all know. Oh, okay. Well, my fault. I just got right into it. Basically, she stood up in front of everybody and let them know, hey, guess what, y'all? We engaged. And we have been since October 2020. Surprise.
Surprise, surprise.
Right? Her daughter Lyric told her that, basically she wasn't with it. Okay. And, she said that it hurts. She basically said that it hurts that this makes you happy, is what I
What
got
it
from.
was for me, I ain't even gonna hold you, was when she was like, the fact that she just delivered it like that and she just sitting up there smiling like what she did was just cute and we should be celebrating. I'm honestly, I know Lyric said she was struggling, but in my eyes, that little girl is very emotionally intelligent.
Let me tell you something. Didn't at one point, what did she say? She was like, you know what? I'm glad I'm going off to college, so I got to deal with this mess.
Right.
Mhm. So then they get into their task. For the cakes and questions, the first question was, why not tell everybody from the start?
Because it's
Shamika said
easier to hide it.
exactly. Shamika said that they wanted to keep it under wraps, not to hurt everybody.
Here's
Why?
my thing, and this is a question, Jamica James, if you ever watch this. Here's my question.
Yeah.
Mine would have been, are you did you not tell anybody because you clearly knew something was wrong with it and you were kind of ashamed. So it's easy.
Nobody
So
went.
it's well, my thing is, it's clearly you didn't tell it. Like, you not telling anybody signifies that there was something wrong. Do you understand what I'm saying? That was the first sign that something's wrong with this picture and that you're scared to even share it with anyone.
That they're engaged
Yeah.
because she knows that they don't even like that they're together.
Which to me it should signify to them that just in the fact that they're, like you said, the fact that they're in a relationship in the first place and nobody likes that they're together, and clearly I'm sure they waited a minute before they told people or
Mhm.
came out, publicly. But my question to them is, when you had that hesitation that something didn't click off in your mind that maybe this ain't right,
Mhm.
and that's why we don't really want people to know like that. Just my thoughts.
Well, she was hoping that it would all blow over. Since they're related, like that don't make things worse.
Cause we are family.
Girl, this
I
is not
got all my cousins with me. Yeah.
so then she was asked if she considered the kids before doing this. She said the kids are ride or die for their family. I mean, I'm sorry, for her dad,
For
for their
their
dad.
daddy.
And basically, it's hard for them to see them with other people. That didn't really answer the question, I didn't think. She asked
I think
Kiara.
so. I think she I appreciated her being like, obviously that's why I haven't moved forward because, but
No,
I
to
also
me,
think it's an
that was
excuse
a
because she's
dismissal.
already ignoring her kids.
That was a
Right,
dismissal.
right. It gave me a little Trish vibe.
It was like, well, to me, it gave there was no need to consider them because they're gonna ride or die for their daddy. So that's that's
Right.
that's that's what it gave me. So she asked Kiana, what is it like for her growing up? And said, oh, and she said, basically it was relationship after relationship, and they all had kids, and he seems to have a better relationship with their kids than his own.
Okay.
She said that her dad wasn't around, and she's always talking about him and about the way I'm sorry, Jesus Christ. Us all these she's. I'm trying to figure out what she I need to stop doing that. What's this girl name?
Oh,
Jamaica. Jamaica.
oh.
Jamaica said, that her dad also wasn't
Look,
around.
I think you did. Look, shout out to Really B. She called her Jamaica. I don't know. I said, well,
My phone says Jamaica. Okay.
mm,
So Jamaica said that, her dad also wasn't around, and that's why, she talks to him about the way he talks to Kiana and the way he handles her. Kiana said before he got married to the ex-wife, I guess the last ex-wife, they told him, basically you need to work on your relationship with us before you go off trying to work on this relationship with her and be with her. And this man moved out of town on her child's first birthday.
so is it just me, or do we know how many times he's been married?
I thought it was 3 for some reason.
Okay, I thought three too. I thought it was three too. So would this be his fourth?
I think so.
Okay.
And she's never been. Oh, well, she was married.
Yeah,
She is married. This is the
yeah,
one and only marriage, right?
yeah.
Um. So they asked Jamaica if she plans on having another kid, and she said that she miscarried. And this just made Kiana super emotional. She said that she was angry,
When I
because
say that baby was hurt, I
yes,
felt
she
her
was,
pain.
and she said she was angry because her father failed them miserably. Now,
And
then
why this wasn't a blaring red alarm to Jamaica is, like, I ain't even gonna hold you. It it's just sad because you're clearly disregarding anything and anybody who cares about you, anything in it, because you have this is what you want and you don't care. So you kind of, I don't want to say,
it kind of bothered me that she waited till she got on the show to
to bring that up.
to address it. I mean,
Right.
because look, you've been seeing this. You talking about how, oh, I talked to him about the way he talks to the way he talks to you and the way he handles you. But now it's too much, and now, girl, bye.
And
Whatever.
I feel like both of them have this thing where they're like, oh, they're trying to blame their kids on the reason why they can't be together. Like the rest of the world don't. Let me be quiet. Go ahead. I'm sorry. This is
Um,
just so
so
interesting.
then they move on to James. And he was asked how far removed are they as cousins. He said that they're third cousins. They asked him why would he do oh, what would he do, if Jamaica changed her mind? And basically, he said that he would ask her, if it was her making a decision or if there was influence from her family. Her mom said, Jamaica gonna do whatever she want to do. He was like, well, no, not really, because the children will beat her down to make a decision. And her mama said, no, 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 what you're not about to do, okay, is make it about the kids. Jamaica got her own mind, okay, and she makes up her own mind, basically. You can't blame nobody else for the decisions that she makes. And her daughter, Lyric, said, you're implementing yourself too much to be a father figure. And says when she goes to talk to her mom, he always got something to say. And she said she's uncomfortable with that. He didn't really address that. What he said was, that's fine. I'll be there, when and if you need me.
Right.
Sir, that's not what she's looking for. So they asked him about his relationship with his daughters, and he said he has no communication with the oldest. And he said that, he
Because
did
she's done with his effery.
exactly. He said that he's done everything for Kiana for many years, just for her to shove it back in your face. And I wish somebody would have said, what is she shoving in your face? Because if you've done everything for many years, why would she be shoving that in your face? She's shoving
It
in your face what you have not done. That's what you need to be saying.
what it gives me, the vibe that I got from James,
Hmm.
and y'all can weigh in the comments, but I think that what I got from James is that he gives like he's one of those men that as long as I pay my child support
Uh-huh.
and I don't have
And he
to
said something
be
like, "Oh,
there physically or
he said as long as I'm an ATM, basically she cool with me."
right. Absolutely gives me that vibe. So that's why in his mind he's so defensive. How dare you say I wasn't there or I didn't take care of you? Because in his mind, I absolutely did. I paid my child support for 18 years. And it's sad. And obviously we know there's more to fatherhood, parenthood, than you paying child support, but he definitely gives me that vibe.
Well, he feels like now after all this time, now she wants to come back, and he really doesn't understand why she wants to come back after all these years. And Jamica's mom was like, red flag, red flag. Why is that a problem? And why would you not be accepting her with open arms? I mean, like, yeah, the way this man thinks is kind of like I'm not even kind of. It's disgusting.
Mm-hmm.
The scene that I saw with him and his daughter would have made me not want him to be anywhere near my kids. Like
Yep.
the car scene, the tables, everything. It would have. No, no, no. You don't know how
Right.
to handle your daughter and how to talk to her and have a conversation and make her feel loved and considered and that you give a damn. So absolutely not. I don't want you nowhere near my kids and trying to father them in any type of way because you don't know how.
Okay. Right. So then they all sit down after they have their, respective tasks. Kiana is still very emotional. She's still upset, as we know, about hearing her father wanting more children. So when Jamica's mom asked how, or no, she asked her mom how the meeting went. And her mom actually played, coy and was like, they addressed their issues. And then she asked her daughter if she learned anything new, and she says nope. And Lyric lets it out that she feels like her mother is her best friend until James comes around, and she feels like then she becomes a little fake, and it's all about James.
Mm.
And honestly, just based off of these couple minutes of watching, and I understand editing and all that other stuff, but I personally could see that. I personally could see that because they're here because they've completely disregarded their family. So that does not surprise me. And she has to live in the house with them. So with her, so yeah. Um, so basically, Kiana agrees with her sentiments, and then James tells her, basically, put it on the flow. What do you got to say? And so Kiana lets him know that she feels she deserved to know that her father was trying to have another child. Jamica speaks about the wounds that Kiana has um, from the lack of relationship that she has with James. And then Kristen jumps in and tries to say, like, because Kiana's over there getting emotional. And basically the whole table is like, oh, this girl's really hurt. And he's just sitting there. And like, I ain't even gonna hold you. My heart broke because there was just no emotion.
And the fact
There
that
was no
everybody's
emotional connection.
literally crying out to you, do something, say something.
He couldn't find it in himself to get up and give her a hug.
Like, ew, like why would I want you to father my children? You don't even know how to father your own. And I can understand why she would feel like, if especially if he shows
Right.
any type of emotion or anything like to someone else's child. And I can't get that. Yeah, you father somebody else's kids better than you father us. That's disgusting.
Especially after you just sat up and told this little girl, "Oh, I know I'm not your father, but I want to if you need me, I'm here." You ain't there for your own day. And I can understand why Lyric's looking at you sideways. Look at how you treat your own child.
Take
So,
care of home first, sir.
okay, take care of home. So then James says that, he ain't gonna do it. He ain't about to get up and hug her, pacify her. That's all he's been doing, and nobody cares about him and what he been through.
Sir,
And I
you're
said,
grown.
okay. And so Kiana says the damage is done, and basically she's grown at this point. So she asked Jamica if her kids still aren't comfortable, would she move forward with the relationship? And basically Jamica doesn't really have a response for her, but clearly we know she will.
I hated that they didn't make her answer that.
I agree.
I was
But I
so
think
aggravated.
I think it was I unfortunately I think it answered itself, and so there was sometimes it's we
I
can,
still wanted to hear it. I still wanted to hear her answer.
but it especially it I think her daughter knows it already, but imagine hearing her say it, that would be 10 times more hurtful. That
Why, if she's showing it?
that's why I said I'm sure she knows, but I think to actually hear it, it would
Look,
be but
literally, my notes say Terry. Okay, Tracy. It's Tracy.
Tracy.
Tracy McMillan, not Terry McMillan.
Mhm.
Shout out to Terry McMillan, though.
Why don't you just call her T McMillan? How about that?
T.
T
Okay.
T.
All right. She wanted all the tea. All right. So at the day 2 check-in with T, okay, she wanted all the tea. Now she asked if Kiana was upset because she felt like Jamica was taking him away. And he's joining her family with her children, and she feels like she didn't get that. James don't see it that way. Okay.
Nope.
He said that he fought daily for them. You
I
know,
love how T McMillan held
she
his feet
she
to
got
the fire.
yes, she did.
I love how she
I
called
know
both of them out.
somewhere in my
Right.
notice. I love how I know somewhere it says it. So he said that he was there, as much as he could be, but he didn't really see them a lot because of the divorce. And he explained to him that she watched him leave out the house, okay, when she was 5, and then watched him be there for another woman's kids in a way that he wasn't there for them. Can't you see that?
And remind
No,
you, if
hell,
she
he
was
can't.
5, I imagine her sister's older.
hmm hmm and he still can't see this. He still can't understand this.
Mhm.
And the oldest sister feels like, this is the issue. Okay, him moving all around, with these women. Basically, it's a pattern. And literally, all my notes say Terry. I just want you to know that. And literally T had to break it down for him, and he still just don't get it. And she told him in order to repair the situation, he's gonna have to see it from their view. He said it's hard to repair a relationship with people that don't want to repair a relationship. She said, "Sir, you're the one that doesn't want to repair it." I said, Yes, get in his ass. Yes.
Okay.
Okay, she said you're the parent. Okay, you have to do it whether you
I
want
love
to.
when she said, she was like,
That's
you don't get
parenting in a nutshell.
right.
And then she asked, "Oh, I'm sorry. What was you about to say?"
No, I was just gonna say I love the fact that she pointed out it's a parent's job to put the basically take the first step. You're not supposed to expect your kids to come to you. You
Exactly.
are the parent. And I think Kiana even said that at one point. It's not my job to do that.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. She said, hold on. And then she said with the matching outfits and then getting your nails together. Basically, it's unrealistic for you to think that the image that you have, the way that you have it, that everybody's just gonna accept it. And she said, she wants to bring in a trauma expert and talk, and have them talk to you about, what's going on in the turn, what's going on with the trauma that you guys have together. And that's exactly what her. Oh, that was her name. I don't know if she said her name. Tamala,
Who?
the trauma therapist.
Oh,
Trauma.
I didn't get her name. So thank you for saying it.
No, I
Because
think you
my
had mentioned it earlier and you didn't have her name. And yeah, it's
yeah,
another.
all my notes say the therapist. Um, so basically, yeah, they finally they sit down with the Tamala girl and they try to have, I guess, kind of like an intervention moment with Kiana for her to be able to express how she feels to her dad. Um and basically she talks about how, she was 16 and pregnant, her dad wasn't around. Um and she wanted him to be there and he wasn't there, and he actually tries to throw it back at her, and for some reason brings up her mother.
I was confused about that. He said I wasn't allowed in the delivery room or something like
And he
that.
didn't have to be in the delivery room, he could have been in the waiting room.
Yeah, I was confused. And she was just like, I'm not doing this because
But what it
it's
was,
really
but
something
because he
that
could have been in
triggers
the waiting room,
people.
the point is he could have been there and he was not there. And whatever excuse he wants to make, and he's trying to put it off on her mother. And clearly, shortly after that, you were so wrapped up into whatever relationship that you were in. So I absolutely believe that her story is truthful. Because if you weren't there when she had the baby, and then a year later when they do the birthday party and you picked up and moved, it absolutely gives me the thought that you were so engulfed in whatever relationship that you were in at the time that you completely disregarded whatever was going on with your daughter.
Mhm.
But yeah, so um he refuses to take any accountability. So then he walks off and decides that he just basically doesn't want to have a conversation. He feels like he's being attacked, and Jamica's just sitting there like, well, this ain't the way to handle it. And she just sitting there, I don't know, looking stupid in my opinion. But I hopefully this would, if the red flags they ain't already waving in your face, hopefully this is what did it for you. But no, and so Kiana at this point is like, you know what? I'm done. Ain't no more to talk about. This is who he is. I know who he is, but now y'all get to see who he is. And this
Mhm.
is why we have no relationship. And so she decides that she's gonna pack her and she's gonna go. And so as Tamala is trying to talk some sense into James and get him to come back and really just have a moment with his daughter and console her and be there for her. Um, yeah, he's really stuck on stupid.
Even his friends try to
Right,
like go talk to her, like
right.
tomorrow's not promised, just I think they even said like, sometimes you just got to say what they want to hear. Just go make it right. Do whatever you got to do.
When I
And
tell you,
he couldn't even do that. Oh,
when I
they
tell
want,
you to
they want
see
you to stay.
the group of grown men breaking down, crying, not so much James, but just the fact that his friends hurt so much for his daughter that they was over there in tears.
Hmm.
Like, just go get that. Like you said, I, sometimes you just got to say what needs to be said for the moment, and then we can work on moving forward. But like,
And
and
for
not
him,
even, I really think she just needed a hug in the
mhm.
first scene.
Oh,
But
and they even said, dude, say something, do something.
right.
Even if you put your hand on her shoulder, he wouldn't do it. He wouldn't do it. And then goes to the truck, and instead of saying, you know what, I apologize, you know, I thought about it and I was wrong, whatever, you know, or can you know what, can you give me some more time so we can talk about it? So we can talk this out
And
further.
no, I don't know if you peeped it.
He's,
He said
want
they
you,
want
you
you
know,
to
they
come
want you
back.
to stay. Why the hell she give about what they want? She's worried about her daddy. Like, yeah,
When I tell you my heart went out to
that
her,
was it for me. When he went back to
right.
that show, I was like, okay, that this is the time that you need to ask her to stay, and you can't even do that. That was it for me.
Yeah, y'all. And so
But of course, yeah, she still wanted to go home. She said, "Yeah, I'm outie. I'm out of
yeah, she said nah. And I mean, honestly, by the time he
town."
got to her, I understand. I poured my heart out. I came here open and willing to share with you what my issues are. I want to talk to you. And like he said in his mind, well, as long as I throw her some money, she'll be happy. And no, clearly she hasn't been happy for a long time. And instead of you letting her share that with you and her experience, you just, because you've been so detached from her, you can't even emotionally console her the way that she needs. It was just terrible, y'all.
Yeah.
And unfortunately everybody sat around to watch. And I'm sure that like I said, if the red flag wasn't flying in front of Jamica before, it definitely should have been at that point. But
Well,
yeah.
late that night, they got in the room, and you know, he's telling Jamaica how disappointed he is in himself because his daughter, you know, might still be there if he would have held it together. And she said, "Sir, what you need to do is take accountability."
Mm-hmm.
Okay? And he's not even listening. Okay, and basically, what she said, you know what, with what Lyric is saying, you know, and the question she has, and I think we, you know, got a lot of work to do on ourselves individually. Um, Basically, I think we need to put a pause on this. And she took off her ring. And then in the final session, James is explaining to T the blow up that he had with Kiana. And T told him that she feels like when Kiana expresses herself and how she feels, he feels like he's damned, like he's a worthless person who failed. And he agreed. He said, you know, he feels like other people get a pass, but he doesn't. And she said, "Sir, you're the parent. You don't get a pass, like ever.
Right.
Never ever." Okay. What you need to accept is that what she needed, you couldn't give her. Okay. And it caused her a lot of pain.
Right.
Right. So Jamaica explains that, you know, her daughter said that she needs therapy just to even get through this. And that hurt. And a light went off for her. She said that they paused their engagement because they need to work on themselves individually. And, you know, if they do come back together, they'll still be, you know, they'll still be there always. Well, duh, because you're family. Um, she said she does want to let the family know, let them know that she apologizes for everything that occurred and the way that it affected them. So at the blessing ceremony, did I just mess this up? Hold on. At the blessing ceremony, she apologized for causing everybody trauma. And he said that he had no intent on hurting anybody. And they just wanted everybody to see their love for what it was. It could have been family love. You ain't had to go no further. Um,
Right.
she let them know that they would have put, you know, that they put things on pause and they plan on working on themselves and, you know, their families. And everybody seems happy, but the friends is confused. They was like, "What the hell pause mean? What is that?" So
They want
Jamaica,
to understand what pause means, because really, they wanted them to be done, but
exactly. So Jamaica said, you know, if they basically they still live together, but they're breaking off the engagement, um, to see if, you know, they can piece everything back together after they work on themselves and work out things with their children.
you know what this tells me?
Mm,
She's waiting till that girl turns 18 and gets out her house, and then she gonna marry that man.
probably.
That's exactly what that tells me.
But to me, I mean, even him still living there, like that's pausing what? The girl said she does not like him intervening. Like she feels like she don't really got her mom no more because he's constantly there, all in the mix. Like just him living there is too much. Damn the engagement.
Right.
Living like y'all engaged. What difference does it make?
Well, y'all, that was episode 1 of season 4 of Family or Fiance. And
Hell of a start, boy.
hell of a start,
You would
right?
have thought they would have went out with the bang.
Okay, I
I
would
can
have
only
thought they would have
imagine.
stayed. I
I
thought
can
they would
only
have stayed that for last.
yeah, I would. I could only imagine what's to come.
Okay. But yeah, if y'all have not already, please go ahead and make sure y'all hit that like button for us.
Make sure you comment
Make sure that you guys are subscribed
and you hit the notification bell.
and make sure you're following us on all the platforms, the TikTok, Blue Sky, IG, and Facebook. And yeah, y'all, we will catch you next week for hopefully something that's is a little bit more
She want to say normal.
yeah, normal and untraumatic than this situation. But yeah, so yeah, we catch y'all later. Be safe out here for those that are in the snow, and yeah, have a great week. Bye bye.